Hey, what is going on, all my chill gamers? Today, when we talk about Concord and why it flopped, in my opinion, you know, for the longest time, I was thinking like Sony still needs multiplayer games, definitely, but I don't think this one nobody was really looking for. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think nobody was really looking for this game. We already have Overwatch. I'm not really into these kind of games anyway, but I will say that if they made a exclusive multiplayer game, I definitely would have gave it a shot. And I gave this game a shot. Like maybe something's different, maybe they added something differently. I didn't really look into the game. Maybe that was my fault. I didn't do my homework or due diligence. I'm gonna say this, man, is I was really disappointed because when I tried the beta, I was trying to run. I was like, yeah, my running's too slow. Number one, that's a problem. And the shooter, like, come on, man. And then when you try to dodge out the way, and I understand we have abilities and powers and stuff like that in the game, but the problem is, man, it's like you can't get out of a fight. You know, I don't like to rely on team members a lot in my own battles and stuff like that. But is it really the wokeness? Is it really the outfits? Is it the characters, the way they look? I don't know. I don't care the way characters look in a game. I mean, I'm playing Black Myth Wukong. I'm playing as a monkey. There's a lot of animals in that game. I love that game. You know what I mean? But I really feel certain people, they don't want the wokeness shoved right in their faces, and I don't understand it, man. It's like, look, bro, I don't care what people believe in. That's their thing. I'm not knocking nobody, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think it should be shoved in our faces, because I forgot what game it was, and you had she and her, or her, him, and he, him, or something like they, them. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like people get weird about it. It's a cringe. Like, it's like, don't shove this political stuff in our faces. That's probably maybe the issues, but people are saying the characters don't look good enough, not like quote unquote sexy enough. You know what I mean? So I don't care about that. It is what it is. Again, I'm playing Black Myth Wukong, for Christ's sakes. I got like 73 hours in. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But again, it's a shooter. It's a team-based shooter, hero shooter. I really don't like the concept of those things because, again, I don't like picking a character that your friend has that you really like, and now you can't pick them. It's like, okay, well, get good, play other players. It's fine, but I don't like that. Maybe they should have had a game. You guys ready for this? And this is no pun intended to The Last of Us factions. I was talking about maybe they should have had a shooter, PvP shooter, that had factions. Again, it's not the Last of Us pun, but what I'm saying here is, like, bear with me. They have factions, and you're part of this faction. You're grown with the faction battles. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm like, they should have created something out of the box that was fresh and new that nobody really seen before. Like, we already seen Concord already. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen those type of games. We're not really impressed. But ironically, right? A lot of Sony guys, a lot of players, fanboys, if you will, are really excited for Astrobot. They're buying Astrobot like in droves, because a lot of players are upset that a lot of people didn't support the devs. But to me, it's not really supporting the devs if they didn't create the game they were looking for. And I understand that sometimes you have to sacrifice and try new things. Again, it's not really a new thing if it's already out there. From Software created the Soulsborne games. That was different, definitely enjoyable, challenging but enjoyable. Black Wukong got inspiration from Souls games and God of War. You can see a lot of elements there, but it's its own unique game too. They got skill trees. You can reset anytime you want. It doesn't, when you lose your life to a battle, you don't lose your currency, and you don't have to go back and find it. I'm like, oh, that's a plus. So again, it's, what are we looking for as PlayStation gamers? To me, you have to be a little bit more creative. Bring something fresh and new out the box that nobody's really seen in a while or ever. Try to sit down and be really creative in the development of a game, especially multiplayer. And a lot of people are saying that PlayStation guys don't play multiplayer games, which I find really, really funny, because we really definitely do. But it's like, what are we looking for? What are we looking for in a game? All I gotta say again is the wokeness being shoved in our faces. I gotta say, like, again, I don't care what you believe in. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not knocking you, not hating on you, not trying to be disrespectful to any group or community. But again, yeah, I would say shoving it in our faces is definitely not a good thing, especially in gaming, because gamers will tell you how it is. It's not a movie now, you know what I mean? This is gaming. It's a whole different ball game, and gaming revenues a lot of money per year, so be careful. But again, I think visually it wasn't terrible. You know, it had some Bungie developers in there, I believe, or I was told, which is kind of cool. I could see the little, you know, inspiration from Destiny, but again, nobody was looking for this game. Nobody was hyped for this game. I asked some people about, hey, you gonna check out Concord? They're like, what's that? You know what I mean? Maybe they didn't market correctly. I don't know. But if, you know, I don't know what to say about this game. It's like, dude, like, and I'm not hating to hate it. I'm not jumping on a hate train here. What I'm saying here is nobody was looking for this game. Nobody even asked for Concord. You know what I mean? I heard through the grapevine they actually, Bungie stopped Naughty Dog from creating factions. I could be wrong there, but I would rather have the Last of Us factions build on that. It's a known franchise, and I bet you any amount of money that would have been a lot better than Concord. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Yes, it's been done before, you know, with the first one and stuff like that, but they could have built on it, man. A much bigger map, maybe an open world situation. Maybe think of it like Warzone, right? Think of it like, what is it, Days After the Days Gone or something like that. Like one of those games where it's open world and PvP, or, you know, you're building, you're crafting. Yes, it's been out there, but this is The Last of Us. You're in survival mode. You know what I mean? It could have been there, but they took that away and made Concord. I don't understand it. Or they already were building Concord, and instead, Bunny's like, yeah, you don't want to do that because Bungie, shut your mouth. You had your game for 10 years. You know what I mean? You lived it. Shut up. Let other people enjoy it. Last of Us still would have made it if, as long as they kept building on it, adding things, creating new ideas for it. I think it would have been a really success. But Concord was not. Nobody asked for this game. Guys, I don't understand. Like, Sony used to make some really good shooters. Killzone, Resistance, SOCOM. I mean, look, what are we doing? What are we doing? This, like, we have Fortnite, we have Overwatch, we have Apex, we have Warzone, PUBG, Counter-Strike out here. Not on PlayStation, but PC and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, we have all these guns. Stop and think, take a step back, get out the board, spitball and brainstorm ideas that has never been done and work on them. It might be new and risky, you know, but it just might work. Okay. Guys, there's so much to talk about, you know what I mean, with this game, but I know a lot of people have been, you know, drying this up and stuff like that. It's kind of like over with a little bit. It's officially done. But I think I just wanted to get my point across here and really understand where Sony is going with multiplayer games. If you ask me, I kind of miss the days of old where Gran Turismo was a thing and shooters were a thing and single players were, like, we had a lot of variety back in the day. It's like Sony's just focused on single players mostly. They are very successful, and a lot of people say, oh, they don't sell 50 million units. It doesn't matter. 10 million, 20 million, 25 million is definitely a success. You can't say it's not. Look at Wukong, already 18 million copies. Hey, Chinese is definitely enjoying it with their Chinese mythology. Shout out to those guys. Enjoy it, because I am loving it. This game that my buddy actually looked into a long time ago, he was telling me, but I didn't know about it. You know, I didn't really like look at Chinese mythology like that. I dabbled into it, but not really. It brought me to the story of Journey to the West. It's a great story. I love it. And Black Myth Wukong brings that to life in that game. It's phenomenal. Single players do work. Okay, it's fine to get inspiration from other games, but have your own creativity and intuitiveness to bring out a great game that's unique. Okay, it's fine to get, again, inspiration from Overwatch, inspiration from Destiny, inspiration, but just think outside the box. Don't do the same thing they're doing. Bring the same elements, of course. You know, hero shooters, boom, you got that. What else? You got the abilities, okay, but what else can we do? Like, again, if you have factions in those games, you you're a part of a faction. Maybe you're trying to up the skills. Maybe you're trying to grow. Maybe you're trying to swap, and have a story behind it. Something different, man, that brings it to life. I think this game would have been successful in that way. You understand? Like, if you're just a little bit more creative, a little bit better ideas, okay, and change your outfits. Again, if people didn't like the outfits or whatever, you could have changed them. You know what I mean? Nobody wants a guy in a big like overcoat. Like, what? The hitboxes is real. Like, what are we doing here? You know? The characters were kind of cool though. There was this one person that had it was, I say, like a mage. I forgot the name of it, guys. I'm sorry. I only played it like an hour. I didn't really get into it, but she was cool. You know, she was flying in the air a little bit or something like that. She had the ability to do that. And I was like, yeah, this is more my character. I love these characters, but I don't know. I think Concord could have been a lot better, you know, if they just really stuck to their guns and just had a little bit more creativity, a little better marketing. And I don't know. The gameplay. Okay, look, the gameplay wasn't bad, in my opinion. It wasn't bad. Could have worked on a few things, cool, but nobody asked for this game. And a lot of gamers out here and YouTubers like, oh, these guys, oh man, they don't support the devs. I'm like, no, bro, listen, we support devs out here. You know, we buy games out here, and nobody was looking for it. All right, nobody was looking for this game. A lot of people bought this game and like, oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm glad they have fun with it, but you know, a lot of people. Guys, this has been a lot going on Twitter, a lot of people on YouTube. I don't even know where to start or begin or end with this stuff, but it just baffles me that people are saying this is a good business deal, that they cut their losses short. Could be. I'm not in marketing with Sony, I can't tell you, but I think they really should have looked at this game from the concept art and said, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Because again, they stopped factions from happening, but they brought this in. A game nobody asked for, even though they had a Last of Us franchise everybody knew and loved. They could have brought that in. Maybe they should have, you know, don't second guess yourself. Oh, always second guess yourself and everything. But I'm just saying, like, if you have a franchise that people love, make it a different game and then see what happens. Factions, bring its own, or be like the old style. Put in multiplayer in the same game. Regular multiplayer, you know. But guys, that was my thought. I don't have too much on Concord. I didn't play enough, but I did play to understand that it wasn't my type of game, if that's fair to say. I hopefully they learn from this mistake and just build on it. You know, don't get discouraged and stop. You know what I mean? Build on it, you know. See what works next time. Get your all your stuff in a bag. Let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of goodies you can bring next time. Anyway, guys, stay tuned. I've been gaming. See you on the next one. Peace.